How you feeling about FSU, man? We're gonna talk about the draft, but how you feeling about what you saw in the spring and everything?
Well, it's been talked about. We can't watch practice anymore, so I can't. I don't want to be too definitive because we watched practice last year, and
Right.
we weren't exactly correct. But I think from what I've heard, I'm kind of happy with how things improved at the end of the spring. You got so many injuries. I mean, at this point, at first you kind of brush it off, but
Right.
I think at some point, like, man, it's a lot of injuries this spring. Some were already injured, but like, it's a lot. And, Tommy kind of, it sounded like started off up and down. I mean, Kevin Sperry was getting the most hype of the quarterbacks basically the whole spring. But
Right.
I did hear, and the last 3 spring practices, including there would have been a scrimmage that would be wrapping up this time yesterday.
Right.
All got canceled because of Thursday's events. But we had heard that the last 3 or 4 practices leading up to that, Tommy had really started to settle in, which is like, he doesn't have. I mean, I misspoke. He does have Deuce and Squirrel back now. Squirrel had missed basically all of spring until sometime last week. And then Deuce started off strong. He had some minor injury that kept him out a week or two. And then he came back. But Tommy kind of had his guys, and that was kind of the same time that he started to figure it out. I think there's a lot of kind of unknowns with this team. Like, the running game doesn't sound like it was very impressive this spring, and that's concerning for a Malzahn offense. But you also got this incredible freshman running back coming in. How much can you rely on him? Can he start versus Alabama? Nobody has really taken that step in the secondary, but you have so much talent there. Like, everybody. I mean, there's like 2-3 stars in that entire room between the corners and the safeties. Like, it's all blue chip guys. And it's just about like who's going to take that step, assuming somebody does take that step. So I think there's still a lot to be learned this summer, and we'll talk about the portal, but I think they've kind of realized there's some potential to add to it too.
Let me ask you this question. I think with the running backs, I have my opinion. I know my opinion comes off negative, but I have my opinion. I do feel like it's a position where they're not really that special. And ideally, you kind of want a special guy for Gus Malzahn's running game. And Gus has been good with finding guys.
He can make the most out of
So I think they will run the ball fine, but I think if they're gonna get it, I think the problem is, can they be explosive in the run game? And I think that might be where the disconnect, when people keep talking about how bad it looks or whatever, or how it's looking so far, that they're not very explosive right now.
No. Yeah, it's tough because you have really just like, that's not the game of all of your top like guys in that room right now outside of Jalen Lucas. But I mean, he's not going between the tackles and breaking it for 80 yards or whatever. He's getting jet sweeps and doing all this other stuff. I mean, like, Roydell is what he is. He's not particularly explosive. Cam, same thing. His eyes got a little bit of juice, but like, they barely gave him the ball last year, and who knows? Yeah, he's not some home run hitter regardless. Sam Singleton, will he take another step? I didn't really hear his name much this spring, but he's got juice. But you would hope to hear his name, like in a spring where we're not hearing about all these like big explosive plays from the running backs. Like, it'd be nice to hear some more from a guy like Sam Singleton. And yeah, I think you're pretty right. Like, there's nobody special in that room currently, and obviously Usman can be, but will he be this year? And that matters a lot in this offense.
Yeah, I think he will be special as the season goes.
I do too.
He won't be great that first game.
Right.
I mean, it's tough. It's gonna be
and
tough,
that's gonna set the tone of the season too, that game.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
I know a lot of people believe that, like, if you have a good game, if you come out and look really good against your first game, but to me, it doesn't portend to anything. I mean, because to me, one game is like a season within itself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the game plan that goes into that one game you haven't really played yet. So teams can get better. It's something I will give Mike Norvell credit for. Now, it didn't happen last year, but normally his teams play better as the season go on. So the first couple of games, they're always a little,
Even the 23 team.
Yeah, They all played better as the season went on because I didn't
Right.
think the defense was special in 23.
We all saw that BC game.
Right. And then as the season went on, I thought by the end of the year, yeah, that team could compete and could play for national. The defense could compete, play for national championship.